All right, we have a Kickstarter, Ian. No, it's not the Polymega. It is Super Combat Fighter. The fighting game of your nostalgic dreams, digitized actors, tons of content, and more wrapped up in one bloody awesome package. All right, so what is this game? This is a throwback game to the 90s, Ian. Stuff like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter the movie, the game, where you have digitized actors. I thought I turned the volume down. And it's like a Mortal Kombat-esque one-on-one fighting game. You know, where you have like the low-res graphics. You have sort of the not necessarily the smoothest of animation,
right?
Where it's like, oh, you have like a few frames on the jump kick, but that's by design, though, right? Lots of blood. You got your big uppercut. I think it's a cute-looking game. I think, and when you looked at these games in the '90s, what was it? There was that awful one that came out on the PC with that weird shaped box. What was that one that was terrible? It also was on the 3DO and CDI. You know what I mean? It looks like a game like that, but this is meant to be sort of a cheesy, nostalgic sort of throwback to it. There's combos. I'd have to believe there's finishers. There's one shot of the guy getting uppercutted off the bridge, and he's falling just like in Mortal Kombat
like Johnny Cage.
Yeah, he's Johnny Cage-esque, but you know, like a goofier version of it. There's like ninja-looking guys. So the goal here is to get 35,000, which is not unreasonable to design a game like this at all. They're at 7,850 with 31 days to go. So obviously there's already dev that's gone into this, and the game will cost you. What will the game cost you? Ass kicker at $20. You get a digital copy of the game as an ass kicker at $20. $35. You get a mini strategy guide plus that. Then it goes up from there. Product keys, and then you get to the really fun ones. You get the Console Wars version at $85. You get a non-functional Red Rage SNES card of the game. Okay, very limited. And then you get into like the ones where it's just pie in the sky, where not pie in the sky, but okay, you want to be in the game. Well, you get your face in the game as a bloody head for $100. There you go. Then $150. And then you can be the headless warrior. You can be a statue in the game. I remember like in Mortal Kombat, there's statues of some of the older fighters in the backgrounds. You can do that for $150. Okay, that's cute. A monument in the game for $250. And then you can get the big ones. The big ones are if you want to be a fighter in the game, you can do that. You can do that for $5,000. If you want to, I guess you got to fly out, and then they'll push it from a green screen and do a capture. Can I ask the team that, can I do this by myself? Set up a green screen if it's acceptable? Do I have to fly out to North Carolina for that? I guess you want to make sure all the moves get put in. Just send me a list of the moves. I can try to do that. There's also, for $3,500, you can get a Kickstarter-only Polycade arcade cabinet with this installed, Super Combat Fighter, and several other fighting games installed. So, you know, you might say, oh, it's a lot of money. Well, there's money going towards the dev as well.
Well, yeah, that's obviously the point.
Big head mode at $40,000, 3 new stages at $45,000, 3 new additional fighters at $55,000, and they have other hidden goals. I would say you better hit that $55,000 goal, because right now there's only 7 fighters in the default game, which the original Mortal Kombat.
No, it was 7.
So I can see that, but in this day and age, you probably want a little more variety.
Sure.
In your game, besides just, well, who's going to be insane enough to spend all that money to put themselves in the game to get an Ian fighter. How about we fundraise to get Ian as a fighter?
Jesus. I think it looks interesting.
Cheat codes, Easter eggs. They're going to have a toasty thing.
It looks neat. I always thought the graphical style in games like, Mortal Kombat, Kasumi Ninja on the Jaguar.
Is that the one? Was it Kasumi Ninja? Was that the one that came out also on the PC?
I don't think so. There was a handful of these games. Kasumi Ninja, I know specifically, is the Jaguar one. I think that one was only Jaguar. I always thought the graphical style was neat, and I always wondered why, for a throwback, people never went back and tried to do this again. Because I'm not saying it's easy, certainly not, but if you don't want to do 3D modeling or something like that, and you're doing something two-dimensional and you want a very specific look for a style and time, I've always felt that this would be a viable option. So it's neat to see someone doing it again.
And plus, you can do wacky stuff like put your friends in, things like that. Why not?
And it seems like it'd be a really fun way to develop a game.
And it makes the cheese so apparent that this is what this is. Like Mortal Kombat was always cheesy. Yeah, it was also very cheesy.
Right.
In the same time, it was like yeah, it was gory, but it's ridiculous. I mean, hell, they started putting animalities and babalities and friendships in the game. So I guess it's easier in that terms of knowing what your audience is, but not necessarily that this is struggling because many people don't know about this, but I don't know. You think is there a big market for digitized fighting games anymore? Or was it such a throwback to 25 years ago that might people be like, oh well, that's cute, but why are we doing this anymore?
I don't know. I feel like there's a market for anything that's fun and decent. It's just a matter of how they promote it.
That's how they promote it. Yeah. There's a giant mode where like the guys are the whole screen, like they're throwing punches at each other.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So I guess the digitized you can do other things like that. They're introducing Ernie Reyes Jr. is going to be in the game. There you go.
Oh yes, all right.
Ninja Turtles and Surf Ninjas lore.
I love Ernie Reyes Jr. What did I see him in recently?
He's been showing up.
It was good to see him. Whatever I saw him.
Wasn't he in that short film, the Nathan Drake short film?
Oh, that's what he was.
He was in that.
Yeah,
he was the guy. And
I was so happy to see him.
Yep. He shows up. He's like, ah, ha, ha.
Yep.
And he beats him up. That was great. Lots of blood, different modes, 10 stages, 7 fighters. And the cool thing about this is I think part of the charm would be discovering some of the secret stuff. Maybe he throws in a secret fighter.
Well, when I talk about Mortal Kombat, it's never really the game that I liked.
The gameplay is standard and average. Let's be honest.
Some like Mortal Kombat X was actually pretty fun in the gameplay department, but it's for me it required a lot of refining for me to care a lot to really get into the fighting of it. The fighting was an acceptable spoon for serving you all that delicious weird secrets and rumors and
the fatalities and stuff like that. That was really what it was.
Mortal Kombat, especially 2, was just this magnificent vessel for high school rumor and
toasty stuff. Oh, reptile.
And selling of printed off strategy guides and finding all that weird shit, like
Noob Saibot in the first one,
going through all the nonsense to get the special battles with the fun. The treasure hunt was always the fun of Mortal Kombat.
Seeing someone do the friendship for the first time, like what?
Yeah,
Johnny Cage is signing an autograph. That's funny.
I think if they loaded up with that sort of stuff, then they could definitely have a pretty fun.
I would
time
think that because to do a serious style game that's digitized just has never worked when it's like totally serious.
Oh no, of course
it just hasn't. It just hasn't. I wish I remembered the PC one with the weird box that's like angled at the bottom. Someone's gonna tell me that. It was like they did one that was like a first person one. That's one like the first person you see.
Yeah, that I remember. Yeah,
that was on the PC. That's one I was referencing there. But all right, well there, check it out on Kickstarter. Super Combat Fighter, and maybe they'll put me and Ian in as a decapitated head at least for helping.
Oh jeez.